Alright, hello, good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see who's here. One drunk man, hello. Qualing, hello. Delicast, thank you so much for the 11 months. Yo, how are you? Kona Ko. Odien, hello. Jeff Leopard. Joe, hello. Nacho, 2 months till the baby spawns. Thanks for the 7 months, buddy. Good day, Peaches. How are you? I'm only who I am. Hello. Surprise. Salty Nutted. Konako grew up in Kailua Kona. Nightwalker, hey. Toodle. Much turkey was 8. Very tired. Ah, nice. Very nice. Red Bower or Riot? Oh, the Red Bower is currently in the bag, but I could bring it out if you really wanted me to. I actually currently have my HHKB out. Oh, Pog, Mr. Alex. Thank you so much for the 9 months, buddy. Oh, Alex, have I asked you to fill out my form? So I can send you some stickers. I should send you some stickers. Exclamation sticker for a form where you can put in your address, and I can send you stuff. Yo, Ninewalker, thank you so much for the 19 months. Holy moly! Oh, Alex! Oh my goodness! Alex. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Oh my. Okay, so I don't know if Alex was listening, but Alex, if you're sub for 9 months, it means you are well past the threshold where you can claim some stickers. So exclamation sticker gives you a form that you can fill, and I'll send stickers for free to you, even internationally. Looking for Snow White blanks? Me too, buddy. Me too. Yo, Wilba. 13 months. Hello. Soup is tasty. Alex says you're bad, Diego? I swear he said it. Wait. Bad how? Someone tell me why I'm bad. Bad in what sense? I'm a bad boy bad? Or I'm like... Oh, I'm such a elitist gatekeeper. About to get cancelled by the community. Michael Jackson bad? Oh, so a smooth criminal? You're bad at building keyboards? SMH. Imagine being a client of mine. Imagine sending me stuff to build. Who would do that? Dr. Watson. There's a Toronto meetup coming up. Oh, Toronto. When is that actually? When does a Toronto meetup happen? Bad as in bad, Chad? Can I claim you coming to Toronto yourself? I would like to, actually. I would love to come to Toronto to visit. Take me to all the good spots, Alex. August? Oh, that's a while. Okay. If it's that far into the future, I could actually look into it. I'll actually look into it. August? Okay, deal. I'll actually make note. I'll actually make note. Holla at Alex. He's gonna lose that post-it? No way I'll lose it. I'll just leave it right here. There we go. Kevin, thank you so much for the 7 months, buddy. Want me to send you the IC link for the meetup? Yeah, sure. Yeah, please do actually. I wouldn't mind if you did. Is my volume okay? I feel like I've been fiddling around with this and I see my meters maxing out, which I don't think is a good thing. What's your watch? This is a Seiko Cocktail Time. It's an automatic watch. Also, the time is wrong. I think I realized I didn't wind it between a couple of days ago. Whatever. I'll actually take it off for now because I don't need it while building. But yeah, it's a Seiko Cocktail Time. Oh, thanks for the farm. I'll actually open it and save it for now. I'll put it aside. Alright, thank you. Alright. Let's get to building, shall we? Oh my goodness, Dragstar, thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you so much for tier 1. How are you? Written notes, you're actually a boomer like me, Diego. Let's go. Yeah, I'm a big pen and paper kind of guy. So like if you look at my backpack actually, like I have so these are some notes, but yeah, I'm a huge pen and paper kind of person. So I have a notepad here, and I have all my keyboard stickers actually on this notepad. Yeah. So you can see I have all kinds of keyboard stickers and whatnot. But yeah, I'm a big pen and paper kind of guy, so I always carry around a notepad myself. Pretty much do all my work on pen and paper, and then I digitize if I need to. It's just a habit. I'm very used to it. Saving to eventually get a speedy. Whew, very nice. Machamatsu, wow, thank you so much for the 3 months. Thank you so much for your prime. Iwane, thank you so much for tier 1. Thank you. 6 months. Oh, you can claim a sticker if you would like, by the way. Patrick A, thank you so much for the tier 1. And alright. Hello, how's your Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving was good, Killer AC. Oh wait, is the build command not working? Or is it because somebody used it earlier? Wait, hold up. Build command should be working, but if it's not, maybe it's on cooldown. Try again. Might be the bot. Alright, so here we have our Emery65. It came in this nice Kaban. This Kaban is from Monoke. As you can see the logo on the bag. If you haven't seen the Monoke bags, they're pretty nice. Zippered, has a handle to carry, cloth covered. Pretty nice though, they come in different colors. And the different color offerings they have actually. So yeah. Alright, so I have not actually seen this. So I like checked it briefly when it arrived, but I didn't really look too carefully. So let's see what we have here. Whoop. Let's see, we have a little note. Hi, Diego. The JC is a little bit long. The heat shrink has to be cut to fit the JC rail. Okay, no worries. No worries. That's prototype things. That's fine. We have a daughter board here. So about this keyboard. So this keyboard is currently in production. It's actually a keyboard that is going to be an in-stock sale. I believe they are selling, how many units again? Is it 100 units? 100 units. So what's special about this board specifically is that it's a 65% with an all brass bottom piece. So it has a full brass bottom. And so that's what we'll be working with today. Halloween, yo, how are you doing, my friend? Halloween, I'm kind of sad I missed out on the time that Mr. Tim and Alrez, when they're visiting town. Kind of a bummer that I didn't get to, you know, be around for it. Alright, so it looks like we have the plate here and the case, which I'll just take out. Complete opposite, you're in the other side? Yeah, well, I was actually I was down in Atlanta in that area. I was visiting my family, so I was out of town. Yeah, just unfortunate timing. Still don't understand why the handle is opposite to the side of the zipper. Yeah, so that's actually something that I would tell Monoke to change, like to put the handle on the other side instead. I'm not sure if it just has to do with their distributor. So here we have a, this is an aluminum plate actually. It looks like brass, but it's actually aluminum. So as you can see, it's basically fixed ANSI with compatibility. So 7U and 6.25, step caps lock and regular and split backspace, and ANSI enter, as you can see. Yeah. And as you can see, it kind of has a similar leaf spring sort of tabs like the key code boards. And then I think here we have a here we have a polycarb plate. Today we'll be building with the aluminum plate. So the aluminum plate is anodized in this nice gold, nice and shiny gold color. I'm a sucker for the red PCB. Red PCBs are definitely very nice. And I believe the PCB is by Mr. Yankar. Yeah, I see the logo right away. So Mr. Yankar did the PCB right there, designed by Yankar in Cambridge, UK. So just a 65% PCB with no frills actually, no LEDs, looks like. Yeah, I don't see any LEDs here. Oh, that's kind of nice. It actually does have one LED. The LED that it has is a caps lock indicator. So it has a nice caps lock indicator here, which is an SMD LED that's already been soldered. So there's a, I think that's a single color SMD LED. So no RGB, I think. Yeah, I think that's a single color LED. Pretty nice though. I mean, it's good to have an indicator. Probably a white color, I'm gonna guess. And alright, let's check out the case itself. I remember seeing pictures of the case when I was talking to Mr. Ricky from RMEStudio, RCYLES Mana. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Ooh, whoa, okay. We have a nice green case with a machined brass bottom. How heavy is it? It is quite heavy at first glance. Whoa! 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 PogChamp! Oh my god! It has my logo on it! Isn't that cool? That means now I can't flip it. Damn it! Oh man, all my ploy. Oh, imagine ruining my plans, the long con. Keep building prototypes, sell them all. Just kidding. Anyway, so very nice though. Thank you so much for the little touch, extra personal touch. As you can see, the daughter board sits quite low here at the very front center of the board. So nice and parallel to the desk. Rounded corners for this particular case. And as you can see, it's a seamless style of board where you have one top piece that kind of covers the entire perimeter, and then the bottom piece is machined out of brass, has already some Poron installed to it, and it basically covers the bottom, right? So a two-piece case like that, but seamless on the outside. The color does look very nice. I actually am wondering what to put on this. Actually, I don't know. You know what might be really nice on this? I think GMK Kaiju might look really good on this. I think the Kaiju green is kind of close to this. Hey Diego, have you tried Gateron X Switch? I have not yet. I do plan on ordering some Gateron X yellows. Give me options. Let's see. I'll give you a few. There's obviously beige and white and black. I have like Kaiju. I have like Olivia Libby Dark. I think I have Yuri. I have any like white sets. So like I have the Gawk, Kuroshiro. I have like minimal. What else? What else? I have Red Samurai, I guess. Carbon. What am I forgetting here? Hamon, I guess. I have Camping, but it's on a different board. I would have to go get it. I have Soare. I have Lux. Yeah, and then a few others. Kaiju color, I think it would look really good. Yeah, I think Kaiju would actually look really good on this. All right, let's actually take it out. Actually, no. Let me go get the scale. Someone did ask about the weight, right? So, let me go get the scale. PBT Olivia. Hello? PBT Olivia? Is there such a thing, though? Is there such a thing that's in an official Olivia release? Alright, so here we have an HHKB, which weighs around 1 pound and 4 ounces, which in non-freedom units, that's only about 560 grams. Right? And then this case is, oh my god, it's about 5 times more. It's 2.5 kilograms. 2.5 kilograms, which basically amounts to 5 pounds and 10 ounces. Very heavy. And this is unbuilt, by the way, so it probably weighs like another, you know, half kilogram or something, like another pound once you build it all and whatnot. So it's gonna be like 6 pounds, basically. Probably as heavy as a TKL. And of course, the weight is obviously due to the fact that this is an all brass bottom. So let's actually open it up. I think this should be M3. That's almost as heavy as the Dolphin. Damn. Do you have coniferous? I used to a long time ago. I haven't had coniferous for a long time, but yeah. I actually didn't like coniferous as much in person. I had it for a while, it was okay. It grew on me and I used it for a little bit, and then I stopped liking it. And then, I don't know, it just kind of felt like the contrast of coniferous was really off. So I ended up selling it. That green is interesting. It reminds me of the Hyphen Proto you looked at a while back. I think the Hyphen Proto is this one has a bit more of a tinge of blue. So the Hyphen Proto that I had, I think it's more of a grass green, whether this is a bit of a green with a slight like a smidge of blue, kind of make it closer to, like, you could say that like with more blue this could turn into a teal. But then again, man, these are long screws. There's some long screws on the back, some shorter screws on the front. Sounds like my ex? What sounds like your ex? Alright, so here's the top piece. You can see there's gaskets already pre-installed right now. Very clean, actually. The interior of this case looks very clean. Obviously, there are some machining marks and some anno hook marks and whatnot. So if you come on, focus, you can see there's some machining marks here at the blocker, but on the interior only. So, but otherwise, like I don't see any burrs around the screw holes. Looks very clean, and undoing the case was actually very easy. Some anno hook marks over here, no big deal. All internal stuff. Pretty clean though. Very clean looking. Oh, your description of coniferous. Oh, I see. Hey Diego, quick question. I just got some hyperglides. Would you recommend a spring swap? If so, for what springs? I personally would always do a spring swap for MX Blacks. Mainly because MX Blacks are actually really heavy. MX Blacks are like 78 gram-ish, 80 gram-ish bottom out, so very heavy. And so I would personally switch that to like 65, 60. Even 55 is okay, but this is definitely in the lighter side. I think my sweet spot is 62 to 65, basically. So 62, 63.5, 65 is like my jam. But 60 is okay too, and 55 is alright for me too. But yeah, so I would say like lighter, basically, just lighter. I recommend TX springs. They're very good. I've also tried like gold springs from Prime KB, which are also very good. I found them to be pretty nice. I've also used like Sprit springs. I personally don't support Sprit personally, like as far as direct purchases, because Sprit just doesn't have a great history in the community. I would rather not support directly. Sometimes I pick up like aftermarket, but yeah, not often anymore. Sprit springs are nice, but yeah, I think TX springs pretty much replace those, so I prefer to get TX springs nowadays. I think my go-to would be TX springs or like the gold springs from the different vendors. Yeah. Oh, nuclear nachos, hello. Short, long, or medium? I guess short or medium for me. Because long springs have that like more stronger return, which I personally am not a huge fan of. I like springs that feel like normal, linear, like, you know, linear springs. I'm not a huge fan of anything that's too out there. Honestly, I'm more of that boring vanilla kind of guy. And so yeah, I think I like just short or medium springs. Long springs are okay, but it's not my preference right off. Yo, I just got here, restart the stream. Whittle, thanks for the 19 months. I mean, you pretty much just got here around the start, so it's alright. Sprit MIA lately again? I don't know. Is he? I guess he is then. Anyway, so here's the machined brass piece. As you can see, lots of machining marks on the inside. But you don't see them on the outside. The outside actually has been brushed. So this is a brushed piece of brass. It obviously appears to have been clear coated, which is probably why you don't see my fingerprints right away. Otherwise you would definitely see the fingerprints right away. So it seems to have been clear coated after the brushing and whatnot. Nice rubber feet pre-installed, which is kind of nice because I personally think that installing longer feet like these can be a bit of a hassle. It is slightly inclined, as you can see. It definitely is a chunky bottom piece. Hope they have an option to leave it raw and patina. I don't think so, because they're supposed to be in stock, and so I don't think they can cater for like customizable options like that, because I think they have been producing it for a while now. So they're basically getting ready for their in-stock sale coming in December. I'm not sure. Maybe Mr. Ricky can correct me on that, but they have a Discord server where they post updates, but they have been producing them. So they're planning to do a 100 unit in-stock sale, which is very nice. I think in-stock sales are fantastic. What's your favorite switch overall? I would say like MX Blacks and Topre are probably my two go-tos. But MX Browns are great. MX Clears are, I love MX Brown, Clear, and Black in general. But I also like the JWK linears like Alpacas or Gateron switches, like Milky Yellow, inks, they're all good. I have a exclamation FAV switches, FAV switches, or exclamation switches, I think also triggers the same command for a list of things that I do like. Yeah. Nix your death. Got scammed by Sprit back in the day, would not recommend. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to support Sprit for that, for many reasons, but that's basically one of them. Alright, so we're gonna use the alu plate today. Let's test our PCB first. I actually should check if this works with VIA. As long as it's flashed with GMK, I'm okay though. Indonesian board, always nice to see something from my country. They could have sandblasted it instead though. Oh, you mean sandblasting the brass? I personally think that oh, Hug JD. Oh, no one's claimed that in a while actually. Okay. Do you have another plate apart from alu? I have a polycarbonate one. But I want to do alu today, so we're gonna do alu. Use PC? Maybe later I'll do a rebuild. I could just rebuild it with the same switches and do polycarb. Alright. Alright, in the meantime though, let us... Oh, I see. I think I'm missing the, whatchamacallit, the, JSON file. But let me double check with the... I think I should have a DM here. Give me one sec. Alright, let's claim that JD thing. It's gonna be on my BRB screen, but it'll happen. Hold up. Okay, that was a unique way to redeem that one. I figured I haven't redeemed Hug JD since I think the camera came up. I think people kind of realize that once you have the cam, now it's like constant JD content there, and so I hadn't seen Hug JD in a while. Anyway, Kilo Gino, thank you so much for redeeming that. That was fun. Oh, here I have the JSON file here. All right, great. Coffee bun is fun once hander bite. All right, we can do hander bite. Maybe after, we'll do 2 sets, and then one of them can be hander bite. Wait, where did I put it? Okay, via and JSON files. Okay, cool. And now design, load, Emery. I can't read. Oh, here. Okay. Emery65. All right, cool. There it is, Emery65. All right. Let's program it how I like it. So I normally put left control here because I'm basically a HKB style user. This is okay, all good. Backspace, full backspace. Yep. All right. This looks good. I don't need volume control here. Put the caps lock. Let's test the indicator. I'm gonna put right alt here because I do type in Korean every so often. And then I like putting my media keys up here actually. Previous, play next, mute, volume. Alright, cool. I think that should be it. I think the rest looks fine. Alright, let's just save the layout. And let's go to the tester and test it out. It should work. Looks like it does. Loving that Cosmo macro pad. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I figured I got this like display case thingy, right? And I figured I should just rotate, like, you know, my favorite caps. I put them on boards and stuff, but you know, not every board is on all the time, so it's kind of nice to have something extra also to kind of see some of the collection too. I see browns are entering the renaissance. Browns have always been relevant. Haven't you seen even the one and only, the holy prophet of keyboards, Mr. The Tiha Typer, the promoter of the all-time clack, is a believer of the Church of the MX Brown. He even wished Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all MX Brown users. Nobody else. Why? Because MX Browns are goated. That's why. Alright, cool. PCB works perfectly. Alright, we're Gucci gang here. That Browns build he did is nutty. There's been quite a few MX Brown builds that he's done now. He's done the KHDD. I think his Noxer 280s also has MX Browns, and a bunch of others. Wanted to say hi, watching Squid Game. Hello, Chillgam. Hello, hello. Oh, the build's good, thank you. Vint Brown's good, yeah. Ergo clears over Browns. I like both. They both have their place. IMO. Whoop. Almost. I forgot that they was not screwed in. There we go. Okay. Let's do the stabs now. Oh, good night, Gam. Enjoy Squid Game. It's a ride. It's a ride, so enjoy the ride. It's a roller coaster. I remember when I typed on your Jane with Browns, couldn't believe it. Yo, right? Yeah, my Jane V2C has MX Browns, and they're fantastic. Join the church. We got actual Glacier. Oh, I haven't talked to Glacier in a long time actually. I wonder if he's doing alright these days. Galaris has entered the chat. Have you tried pewters? Yeah, I did. I tried pewters on a Salvation. So actually, if you go onto my YouTube, !YouTube, if you want to check it out, there is a Salvation build. There's a build stream as well as a typing video. I've taken the Salvation to a couple of small local meetups, and people like it. That one had pewters. Yeah. Tia typers maybe believe in MX Brown. Polycarb plate top mount. Nice. Browns on Alu Ref 4 have been real nice in my experience. Yeah, so I have Browns on Alu, I have Browns on carbon fiber, and I've also done polycarb. Yeah, they're all very nice though. Okay, so small detail, but watching Korean the right way, nice. Yeah, I personally think anything like if there's original content for TV or movies or whatever, I personally recommend watching it, you know, dubbed in that particular language, and then, you know, with subtitles if you need it. I think that really is the intended experience. So that's nice. I can't do dubs for most things, like dubs in a different language than the original one. It goes for shows, goes for anime, goes for games, movies, everything really. Is that plate brass or anodized alu? It is anodized aluminum. It's basically anodized aluminum in like a gold color. Fresh lube, yummy. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Mr. Alex Odos for the huge raid earlier. Always so thoughtful, always so nice. Much love. Spring swap clears, yeah, ergo clears. Always very nice. Although I do wish Cherry MX actually kind of retooled the MX clears. That's been like a request people have had for years now, because they retooled MX blacks and like they redid mold, like they refreshed molding for MX blacks and MX browns, but they never did it for MX clears, which is a huge bummer. Unless you're watching an old Jackie Chan movie, then English dub is part of the experience. Oh, for sure. It also depends where it was produced. So yeah. Like a lot of old Jackie Chan movies also like might be produced in the States and such, and so like it changes. Are you doing only 205 on stabs recently? I've been doing only 205 on stabs like for a long time now. I did try BDZ for a while. It was okay. It worked fine. But I personally found it messy to have to resort to using like 205 in the housing and then BDZ on the wire, right? That's what a lot of people do and what people recommend, or even just wire only for BDZ. I personally just found it to be a little bit of a messy lube to use. Personally, some people say otherwise. Actually, some people say the exact opposite. Some people say that 205 is messier and BDZ is less. So I personally find it messier to use BDZ, and so I decided to stick with 205. 205 is also easier to use because if I'm only using one type of lube and let's say I need to retune something after something has already been built, then I can just, you know, easily add it like without completely desoldering things and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, you could do that with BDZ too, but there's a good chance it could get mixed when things are kind of moving around. How low weight can I go on clears? I think people have gone really low, like up to like 55, 50, 55. Probably can go even lower if you wanted to try, but I'm not sure if it'll return properly. So you might want to give some experimentation to that. But I've definitely seen 55 gram ergo clears. So when you watch whatever in a language that you need subs for, do you use English, Spanish, or Korean subs? Oh, nowadays I do English subs because that's what I speak more often now. Like I speak English more often on a day-to-day basis, so it's more comfortable. For a long time I would do Spanish. Korean is actually harder for me because Korean is my weakest language of the three. Nacho. Using clip-in since I bought like 12 sets. Been doing BDZ. I see. Yeah, so people do that, the BDZ thing, and I don't disagree with it at all. I actually think it's a great solution and it works for a lot of people, including builders and, you know, all kinds of enthusiasts alike. I think it definitely has better results than 205, to be honest. But I think I've just gotten so used to using 205 that my results are consistent, and I feel like it's preferable for me as a builder to provide a consistent result to my clients, right? To people who ask me that they wanna, they're like, oh, you know, I want Lightning to build this keyboard, you know? I would like to provide them something that I know it's going to be consistent and like the same you know, as I know it to be. That's another reason, right? Like BDZ, I can switch to it and it might require some practice. It probably isn't that much different anyway, but yeah, many reasons. BDZ is also expensive, yeah, and also I have a lot of 205, so I wanna I also want to use all the 205 I have if possible. Longevity is why I like BDZ. Yeah, no, I think the argument makes complete sense. I am not against BDZ at all. I think the argument for BDZ is hard to argue against. Like it will have longevity because it is more viscous, and so it'll probably stay in place for a long time compared to 205, which might shift around. I mean, BDZ will also shift around with eventually, but probably less likely, less so than, to a lesser degree rather. So yeah. Hey Laning, have you tried the new TX stabs? No, not yet. I have not been sent any, and I have not purchased any myself. I don't even think they haven't been on sale in the US, right? So yeah, I had to learn to not be messy with it, and basically ruins a brush. Yeah, so I pretty much have dedicated brushes for every type of lube. So I have a brush for 205, I have a brush for 204, I have a brush for XHT, and so on. I have different brushes for every type of lube. That way I don't mix them, and it's just easier to keep track that way. Bookkeeping wise. Had some return issues with Prime KB 62 gram on the spacebar. Ah, okay. Nice HKB, thank you. Oh, back for Greg. Need more 205. Makiba already dropped their stock. Oh, okay. I guess I missed it then. If they did. Maybe someday I will. I do want to try them though. I mean, I've heard such good things about the TX stabs. They're basically like clip-in cherries on, like cherry clip-ins on steroids, right? Like improved by a significant bit, it seems, according to what people are kind of saying, which is great, honestly. Big fan of clip-ins myself, but I mean, cherry stabs definitely have their issues too, so it would be good to try them out, to try these TX ones out, and still have an option for a clip-in style of stabilizer, because the clip-in style of stabilizer is useful for specific purposes. Like, you definitely want clip-ins for, like, you know, O-ring builds, or I mean, just in general, you might just like them more. It is convenient actually to clip in, because you don't have to use screws, and, like, you know, sometimes the screw doesn't stay on your screwdriver, like, because it's not magnetic or whatever. Yeah, just small screw. I don't know why, but I have not been able to use BDZ successfully for space bars. So just as a rule of thumb in general, like, you want to use a decent amount of lube for your wire, specifically at, like, so wherever you hear the ticking is happening, like more than likely happening at the tip of the wire, like not at the actual smooth edge. It actually is happening closer to the, like, that rounded edge at the very end. So you kind of want a little bit more lube towards that end of the wire. So if you look at me lubing my stabs in a bit, you'll see, like, when I start the wires, you'll notice that I put a little bit more towards the end of the wire. I mean, actually significantly more at the end of the wire. To basically it's the same as when people are like, oh yeah, like, plug the butt part of the stab. Is essentially the same idea. I just do it from the get-go on the wire with the lube, like on a brush, and then if I need to add more, then I can use like a syringe or a brush after the fact, like after it's assembled and put into the PCB. But yeah, that's the idea though. Sometimes the rattle can happen also at the L bend. It's rarer, but it can happen maybe if, like, there was a lot of force being applied and it pried the little L bend portion open of that like clip on the stab. Sometimes that can happen. in those cases, you also it could help having some more lube there, but it's less frequent. Page still says coming soon. Okay. Can someone explain the benefit of the Holy mod? So the Holy mod. Oh, okay, freaked out for a second. That was like a new song, and I was like, "Oh, is this like the MCA safe?" Yeah, it is. So the Holy mod. So the Holy mod basically is a mod where you take a little small piece of a band-aid, a fabric band-aid, or pretty much any material, any kind of material like that, and you basically paste it at the very top portion of the interior of your stabilizer insert, like this piece I'm currently holding. So where I'm currently applying lube there, but that portion is going to have a fabric band-aid. So basically the idea is that it will dampen, like, you know, if the wire comes close, it'll hit this fabric band-aid, and it'll also make the space narrower there, so the wire doesn't have to rattle and make noise when it moves around. So that's, yeah, that's the Holy mod though, basically, in essence. That's basically what it is. Built a keyboard with Stabies yesterday, so good. Friendship with Durock is over. Hello, Stabies. Nice. Yeah, I heard good things about Stabies too. Minimal lube required. That's good. So I think stabs, like TX stabs and Stabies, seem to be very promising on. So Stabies maybe on the screw in front, and then TX stabs on the clip in front, which is fantastic to have two separate products with different styles. Have great results from what it seems, and on a preliminary basis. It's good to see that happen right now in the stab R&D arena. Does anyone know a good place to buy clip-ins? I'm in the EU, by the way. You could probably purchase them from big distributors like Arrow, but you could also purchase them from some vendors. I think like there's probably like My Keyboard EU or Candy Keys or Salvin. I'm not sure if he has. He does not have clip-ins. I think he has Durocks right now. Maybe I'll tell Salvin to stock up on some Cherry stuff. That would be nice. And then if you're in the UK, Prototypist might have some, but I'm not sure. But if you do know the part number for the Cherry stabs, you can actually purchase them directly from the distributors, although it might require a higher quantity, so you could maybe split with a friend. Holy mod makes it squishy though. So yeah, Holy mod does make it squishy feeling because it's a fabric band-aid. That's the caveat, like it's the disadvantage of it. So people have suggested like the Epsi mod is the idea of doing that, a similar thing, but instead you're doing it with a piece of rubber from the Desk Keys films, like the remainder of the Desk Keys films. You're basically putting a little strip as well to do that. And so, you know, there's like different mods. People do different things, different materials and whatnot to try out. But the ideal, like the goal is the same. Is to basically have the wire not hit plastic directly to make that ticking sound, and to reduce the amount of space between the wire. I mean, to basically try to hold the wire in place. Yeah. I am too lazy for these mods, and so I don't do them. And I've personally had good success with 205. I mean, I can't guarantee that it will last forever like this, but I think so far it's been okay for me. And I do think that the retuning is inevitable no matter what kind of stabs you're using, because lube is bound to move. Nathan used BDC with Stabies and overloop the shit out of them. Oh, I see. Just turn up the volume on your headphones so you can't hear it. Let me see. Have you tried the Akko switches, specifically rose red ones? I have not. Also, Ikezaki asked, why hyperglides are the favorite switches for so many people? Are they a bit scratchy? Yes, they are a bit scratchy. The reason why people like hyperglides or Cherry MX switches in general, it's because they have a specific sound profile that people enjoy. Like, even despite the scratchiness, people like a certain bottom out sound or an upstroke sound with, like, you know, the keycaps that we normally use. So people enjoy that like iconic or like characteristic Cherry sound, Cherry MX sound. So that's why people will choose Cherry MX a lot. Of course, a lot of it also comes from kind of like, you could say it's like tradition, or like as in like people have been doing it for many years. Like, and people have been like, Cherry MX switches were the first like MX style switch, right? Like they developed the MX style switch, and that was pretty much all we had for a long time until like Gateron came about and like all these other clones and like all these other MX style switches, right? Like now we have, you know, hundreds of options available to us. But, you know, back in the day, like when we just had like OEM keyboards and whatnot, or vintage stuff. Oh, now that we consider vintage, but back then that was the OEM stuff. It was Cherry MX. And so people have gotten used to that. And so some people just are very avid supporters, or rather big fans of that Cherry MX sound and feel and whatever. So it can also have to be it can also be due to like bias from people having done it over the, like people having used those over the years. Like, yes, like all these quote unquote iconic build logs for Korean customs, you know, expensive and, you know, and nice looking Korean customs that people are like, oh my god, I really want that one. It's like legendary status. They all were built with Cherry Mix Blacks or Cherry Mix Clears or whatever, you name it. And so people will pursue that too. It's like they want to do the same. So that's a big reason why Cherry MX switches are pursued that often. But I would say like over time, like people have developed taste for it, and so people have a preference for it. So this is what I do. See how like it's thicker lube at the tip of the wire? That's basically what I do for my lubing, and then you just insert it and clip it on. All right, let me catch up. Oh, Cinda, hello, welcome, Cinda. Good to see you here. I didn't notice you followed the other day, and I was like, oh, I recognize that name. How are you doing? If you use a thinner band-aid and work it in, the squish goes away. I see. I accept the scratch and enjoy the clack. Scratchiness is just part of the character. The sound is chef's kiss regardless. Yeah. So yeah, that's a big part of the reason why we love Cherry MX switches. Including myself, like I also embrace a scratch, accept the clack. Yep. What? God damn it. Meow go. Oh, I forgot to add that emote to Twitch, or to either 7TV or Better TTV. I should probably add it. Hydrate? Sure thing. When are you hiring Cinda to do YouTube content? Oh my goodness. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, I could certainly hire people, but I need to pay them too, and so I'm not full time, and yeah, my salary is not that great. That said, I also am guilty of spending it all on keyboard stuff, so yeah. But I mean, I guess doing abridged YouTube content from like build streams and whatnot would be very useful for a lot of people. I definitely acknowledge that. I've definitely been wanting to, because I will admit I have zero ability to edit videos. I have never ever in my life edited a video and successfully rendered it with no issues in sound and sequencing things. And you know, like I might have done things on like GarageBand and iMovie and Windows Movie Maker a long time ago when I first learned how to use a computer or whatever. But even then, I think they're extremely scuffed. And so I kind of left it to the more creative people around me who could do it more easily. People who could use Final Cut and whatnot, and Premiere. So yeah, I leave it to the experts. It's a skill that I would definitely love to learn, but I have to be honest, I have not invested. No, I cannot say I haven't had the time. I'll say I have not invested the time. I have been lazy, and I have procrastinated, and I have to admit I have just not put in the time. That's all. I love clacky boards. I built my Sangha 60 with banana splits and love how it sounds and feels. Soon I'll get my Mode 65, and then was searching for some switches. I was considering the hyperglides. Yeah, I mean, why not? Try it. Try it out. I think if you're considering something and you really want to scratch that itch, like curiosity-wise, I think you should just give it a try. Like, asking around does help, but it will never be the same to doing it yourself, to trying it out yourself. So I highly suggest trying it out. Premiere sucks. 6 more months and I'll be off a grad stipend into a full-time role. Whoa! Elvin Monster, congratulations. Are you finishing up a master's or a PhD? Wait, grad stipend? You must be a PhD student then, right? Congrats. Yo, that's amazing. That's a big deal. Congrats. I hope everything wraps up nicely for you. All the best. Well, I appreciate your streams. One Save Gaming, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. You know, I would love to have content that's more accessible to people. I am more than happy to answer questions, no matter how silly or whatever, newbie or whatever. I may sometimes be a little snarky. That's part of my personality. But that said, I think people might say that I'm a very patient person. I definitely try to answer questions as much as possible. And I would definitely want to have content that's accessible to people. I know that streams are okay, but streamers also can't always pay attention to everybody. And so things can be a little bit difficult there. Let's see. Get a super expensive rig and guarantee you'll learn how to out of guilt. Oh, I don't feel a guilt of having an expensive rig, but I did do a subathon in end of August, and I built my new machine. So right now I'm on my second PC ever, and a lot of people helped me build it on stream actually, and it's been working really nicely. It was expensive. The subathon did go to upgrading the PC. But yeah, I of course appreciate y'all for all that. For Browns, you like full or half PC plate more? Both are nice. I think full or half, I think I would just pick based on, do you want softer alphas or not? I think that's really my only criterion for full or half. It's like, do you want softer alpha typing, like softer typing on alphas, that kind of experience? Like, do you want that? Then just go for half. What is the average depth for the internals of a bottom case? Trying to theorize a board and curious how much room I would need. Dr. H. Watson, I actually am not sure because I don't CAD. So best ask to somebody who has designed a keyboard. Anyway. Really regret not getting this Hango when it was a Veil. There's plenty of them, right? I think you could probably grab one at some point. Not sure. How do I make my Holy Panda sound like Teha Typer video? Well, you just gotta get a fiel with Holy Pandas and on a brass plate, and put some GMK Oblivion and a Shishi on the corner, And then yeah, I think you'll probably hear that same clackety clack. I mean, honestly, if you do actually build it just about the same, it will resemble it. So, and it's actually not, now that the field, like the price of the field actually has gone down quite a lot, it should be a very doable thing. And it's not like holy pandas I mean, we're no longer in that phase where holy pandas are rare and difficult to get. We had that strange market when holy pandas went for like $4 or whatever, I don't even remember. What I like about Diego stream is because Diego can always give an in-depth answer. I think that's just part of my personality. I like to rant a lot. I go on tangents, and I also rant a lot about like answering questions. Try to answer them fully, but at the same time talking too much. Making up for the time that I don't talk during the week, I guess. Like IRL. Gonna head out now. Have a good one. Sounds good, Nuclear Nachos. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. There we go. Alrighty. If someone offers you $6 to switch, you flip him? I actually did sell a lot of my holy pandas because I kind of got tired of using them. I did sell them not at the highest point, but I did sell them for a good bit, when I recall. I have exactly enough holy pandas for 60% now. That's it. I kept enough for 60% just for purposes, for testing purposes and whatnot, and that's about it. But I don't really use them as much. I have original Inver Halo True holy pandas from like 2017 or whatever that was. What was so special about holy pandas? So holy pandas were special because it was, so holy pandas, let me go back on the history of holy pandas really quick. Holy pandas, the first holy pandas were coined by Keycaps of Top Clack, Brian Keycaps of Top Clack. So back then, Keycaps and Huey Man of Interest were both co-hosts for the show Top Clack. You probably have heard of Top Clack. They were actually one of the first few Twitch streamers on the mechanical keyboard scene, along with Anthony001 and I'm Me or You, and there's a few other people, right? And so yeah, Top Clack. So Keycaps was the first to come up with the idea of this Franken switch when he realized that combining an invert panda, which is a linear, it's a linear switch with a very tight housing. He basically put a Halo True. So back then, Halo True was developed by Input Club. Input Club is actually the same people who run Kono Store. So Input Club, Haata is an engineer and a big keyboard collector in the Bay Area. He has like over like 500 keyboards or whatever. He has been collecting vintage for a long time and whatnot. So he developed this Halo True and Halo Clear switch based on wanting to have it resemble like a very strong tactile. And what ended up being of the Halo True and the Halo Clear wasn't as amazing as it was purported to be, but Brian actually experimented a little bit with the samples of Halo Trues and Halo Clears that he got, and realized that if you put this Halo True or Halo Clear stem into the inver housing, you ended up with this really snappy tactile switch that had a bump right at the very top. So back then, like Zelios and Ergo Clears were the tactile switch to use. Zelio V1s, you know. So this was back in the day, and so yeah, he made this switch that kind of, you know, had this tactile bump right at the top, and people were like, you know, and the idea was like, oh, like it kind of feels like Topre, because like Topre is like that, right? It's like a dome that has resistance all the way at the top, and when you press it, collapses, and you know, you just like your press just goes all the way down to the bottom, right? So that was the nice part about Holy Pandas, and it required 2 switches that you needed to combine. Invert Pandas were the rare one. Like it was hard to get Invert Pandas because they were only run in limited batches. And then yeah, there's just been a lot of some drama and some legal things, basically between Drop and Input Club / Kona Store about the ownership of Halo switches. Basically, Drop ended up claiming the IP from Input Club due to like a contract that they signed back in the day, and yeah, so they basically claimed ownership over Halo switches. And then the person who developed the inverse switch, Zisby and what's his name, Mech27, they basically passed on the mold stuff over to Drop as well. And so yeah, so Holy Pandas are now made by Drop directly too, because they have access to the switch manufacturing tooling. But yeah, now we have Holy Pandas made right off the assembly line. But back in the day, like in 2017, when this was first coined by, you know, Topclack, by Brian of Topclack, you had to get 2 separate switches. Invert Pandas were like $1 each, and Halo Trues were at least 50 cents each. So it was like $1.50 to $2 switch already. And so basically there was a time when the Invert Pandas were very hard to get. So people were offering $2.50, $3 for Invert Pandas per switch. So basically the Holy Panda ended up being like a $4 switch. So it inflated because of the shortage of Invert Pandas, because Invert Pandas, only so many had been made, and that was the only stuff that was circulating in the market. But yeah, so yeah, now we have so many switches. We have box switches. Like box switches happened around in 2017 as well. But yeah, Holy Pandas, I think, were the first switch that really spurred this big kind of movement in making different switches outside of like what we knew from the Gateron and the Cherry MX line. Unfortunately, unfortunate to both Input Club and Quake Games from Topclack, they have no ownership over it, and so obviously they don't get any from the royalties. But you know, that's a story aside that I'm sure they're both bummed about. But the history of the Holy Pandas, that's it. Basically a hybrid Franken switch that ended up being hyped due to shortages, and because people like Mr. Teha Types made a video, you know, posted one of his first videos on YouTube was this Fiel with Holy Pandas on a brass plate, and people were like, oh my god, that sounds amazing, where can I get Holy Pandas so I can make a board sound just like Teha Types? And the rest is history, right? People racing on Mech Market, being like, searching for Invert Pandas, whatever, offering a ton of money and whatnot. So it was more hype than anything. Yeah, partially. Yeah, you could say that it was hype driven for sure. I mean, well, isn't the market basically demand? Like hype is equal to demand, right? So yeah, it was demand driven. There's a supply and demand issue for sure, just like anything in the market, you know. That video is the reason why so many of us are in the hobby. Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of people who probably joined the hobby because of that video, for sure. Iconic. I want to make a board like Diego Lightning Keeps. I won't want my keyboard to sound like that because it's so loud. So my history with Holy Pandas was that I built Holy Pandas. I also built Holy Chickies, which is Holy Chickies are basically Halo True or Halo Clear stems in MX Blue housing. So the MX Blue housing actually has a different leaf for the switch leaf. To provide it some extra tactility, and so people would do that. The only problem about Holy Chickies is that you actually have to you basically have to mod them slightly. Like you have to sand a little bit of the housing too, because they might bind due to the Halo stem being a little bit on the thicker side, as you might know. And so, but anyway, it was still a very tactile switch. Just very, very similar to Holy Pandas. I built with both. Actually, if you go and look at my Reddit and like you browse so some of my old posts, you might find some Holy Panda builds and whatnot. That are mine. Like I built like a Clipe with one. I built a Fiel with one as well, just like Nathan did at that point. Because I got a Fiel round 1, which I actually still own. I still own a round 1 Fiel case. And I was sent like a prototype R2 case at some point. And so yeah, I realized also after I built them that it was too loud for me, so I didn't like it. It was too loud. It was just obnoxious for me. Didn't enjoy it in the end. And even to this day, I don't like Holy Pandas and similar switches because they're loud. The tactility is just too heavy-handed for me. It's just not my cup of tea. I would rather type on Topre than type on an MX switch with a bump right at the top. For tactile switches on MX, I would rather type on light or medium tactiles, like, you know, browns or clears or any other similar switches. Sand housing, yeah, you had to, basically because the stem was slightly thicker, so you just had to whatever to make it clear properly. It was not on every switch. It was actually like, it was due to variance in the tolerance of the parts. So if the parts were just too tight, then it could happen, but it was not like, it was not for every single switch that you had to do this whole sanding thing. It was just on select switches whenever it happened, yeah, whenever you had an issue. So it was not that bad, but yeah. Nonetheless, a tedious process. Franken switches in general are a tedious process. I personally don't enjoy doing Franken switches for that reason, because it's just extra work and extra money, extra time that I don't want to spend. It might be fun, it might be experimental and all that, but honestly, I don't have the patience for it, so I just kind of pass on those. Do you say you hate Boba U4Ts? So actually, Boba U4Ts are okay for me, but I still wouldn't daily boba U4Ts. I actually do like boba U4Ts. I think that probably might be the one switch in among recent switches that have come out that I do enjoy. The tactility is still at the very top and it's very similar to the Holy Panda, but I actually do enjoy the sound profile of the boba U4T. But if I have, let's say I have 10 keyboards and I had to build all of them, the chances that I will build with a Holy Panda / Salmon switch / Zyko / Zelio V2, boba U4T, etc. is very low. Because I would do it out of maybe adding some variety into my collection of builds, but it is not my #1 preference, and so I would most likely choose something else. But if I had it, I would use it. I wouldn't mind rotating with it. Just probably not my daily driver, that's all. Ergo clears or Franken switches? Ergo clears are just different spring though. Like springs are, if you open the switch to mod it, like springs are so easy to replace, right? I mean, but then for Franken switch, I mean like the ones you have to open 2 separate switches. Are you saying that you shouldn't have thrown away those MX loops from my old pre-builds? Have you tried penguins? Yeah, I did. I built a Bear 65 with penguins once. Pretty sure. Don't hear any rattle. I just hate that I'm wasting switch parts. Oh yeah, that's also, yeah, that also does bother me a little bit. It's like the rest. What happens to the rest? Do you use it or is it useless? For Franken switches, it's almost like once you start, there's no end to it. Because once you start changing parts, you need to go through more switches to put those to use and so on. Yeah, it's a hassle. That said, I know there's people who enjoy it, and I think that's perfectly fine. It's not for me. I'm a little too lazy for that. Have you tried reds? Yes, I actually have reds in my Keycult 265. I actually love them. They're very nice. I mean, I think they sound really good in that particular build. I think I'm using a full aluplate in that build, if I recall. But yeah, super nice. I like reds a lot. Long pole stems are not my #1 choice, like go-tos, but I do think they sound really good. There's like extra clack sort of from them because of the bottoming out of the downstroke, and the upstroke is also very pronounced. And so reds are very nice to type on. They're very smooth though. Like all these Texie linears, like the reds, are super nice. Yeah, so I do have a build with those, and I do like them. What's that sound? Hold it. Oh, okay. Something's... Okay, that sounds okay. No rattle. The amount of KL Blacks I bought just for the long pole stems, or not you, but people buy. Yeah, true. A lot of people buying KL Blacks, right, for the long pole stems. Yeah. I mean, I guess they're not expensive, and yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just Franken switches are, it's like alright, but yeah, it's just not my thing. I'll try them out though. Okay, I have some feedback. If Mr. Ricky is watching, the step caps lock cutout is a little big. There is more room on the side. I mean, I think for a PCB mount switch, that's fine. But for a plate mount switch, might as well not have the extra space. Not a big deal though. But just a small thing, I think. There's nothing redeemable for KL housing. Oh, I see. I remember the one Tim IG story when he dropped an MX Black stem. Oh yeah, I saw that story too, and some friend of his or someone who was looking at the story found it. Like actually found it from the picture. Pretty crazy. Pretty pog. I mean, at least it fell right at the top of the pile. They were able to identify it based on the notch at the back or something like that. It's pretty crazy. But I do like the cutouts on this plate right now. Like, they're nice and very... So, for example, a little different from the Emery65 that we built last stream. You can see that the cutouts are very sharp, meaning that they're very square. And so, these switches are clipping in pretty easily. When you have very rounded corners, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes for switches to clip right in. Burichige. What a name too. Also, another small piece of feedback, if you're there, Ricky. I would just give like a teeny bit more for the stab cutout, like down here, similar to the way it's here. Just a little bit more, so it's actually even. So you see how this cutout is the same as this for 6.25U, but for the 7U, it's actually not the same because there's a switch cutout. Might as well just make it like the switch cutout, I think. But I think the stabs fit. The stabs are a snug fit. I don't have issues with it. Like, I don't think I'll have any return issues. But I think just that for consistency's sake is not a bad idea. But yeah, it's not a big deal though. It's working fine. Built my Icky 68 Aurora R1 the other day. The FR4 plate is a thumb killer. Oh no. Yeah, tight plate cutouts can be quite the hassle. It also depends. The problem with cutouts on plates is that, like, it is like a 14mm square, right? Like, it's 14mm by 14mm exactly, right? For cutouts. But also, like, switches have the variation. Like, if you film switches, because you're adding this gap piece, you're effectively thickening that portion of the switch, and so it can be harder to put a switch in. And not to mention, there's variation between switches, among the same batch of switches, and then between different I was gonna say species. It's between like switch types. tried to build my F18X on the FR4, but I gave up. Damn. For some reason, FR4 plates are really tight. I mean, it just has to do with the way they're machined. Because it's not the same as like FR4 is not cut like, you know, the same way like a CNC alu or polycarb plate will be cut, right? Because, you know, like you send it to like a PCB fab, and then the way they cut things is different. So whoever is sending in the file, when you generate these Gerber files or whatever for FR4 plates, you need to make sure you're accounting for the material and the cutting method there. So yeah. Are all FR4 plates tool punched? I'm not sure. I don't know. Cannot confirm nor deny. That's the right one. Oh, Marksy, actually someone redeemed that earlier, so I can refund your points if you want. Alrighty, it's time to solder already. Is it already? An hour and a half, not bad. I did rant for a bit, so. Alright, some white noise in the background. I actually just decided that I'm not gonna do the noise filter because it's kind of annoying that it works and doesn't work for some people. So you'll just have to live with it. The other thing I have trouble with are palm plates that are just a little thick. The plate just falls off the switch. Yeah, so for palm plates, if you're sending it to a laser cutter like Ponoko, for example, basically any laser cutter, for that matter. So palm is the same. Delrin is the same material as palm. So Delrin is the proper name for it, like the commercial name of palm. For palm, you gotta take into consideration kerf because of laser cutting. So kerf basically is like, you know, what happens to the edges when you're burning things with the laser. So yeah, when you're making a laser cut plate, you also have to take that into consideration. You can't just, I mean, you can just send them the file as it is, but you need to take into consideration that there is some curve there, so it might cut a little extra material than you originally intended it to. So something to keep in mind. Alright. So, I'll just mention right now that there is a list of links for all the sponsors of the channel. But I'll just quickly mention that most of them are having Black Friday sales. So Canon Keys has a rotating weekly sale method, so it's not necessarily Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They actually will be rotating the type of items that they will be putting on sale every week until the end of December, so basically through the holiday days. So that'll be their new sale method for discounted prices. But they also have like group buys running. So yeah. Yeah, just so you know. Like I believe they're currently selling some wrist rests. They have the Icky 68 Aurora round 2. They have nice PVT BRG in stock. They have the Gateron X switches recently. I think for group buys, I actually don't remember what group buys they have right now. I think they have GMK Villanelle, Domiki Ghost, and I think November Fog is still up. So November Fog is still up for group buy, I think until the end of this month. So you can check those out. Anyway, that's Canon keys. Next, we have Kinetic Labs, which does have a right now does have a Black Friday sale. So you can check out Kinetic Labs .store/lightning to access the store, and it's an affiliate link, so you can so any purchases will provide a small kickback at no cost to you. But basically, they do have a Black Friday sale going on for desk mats, some of their poly caps, which are in stock PVT cherry profile sets, and other accessories. So they pretty much have most things on discount right now, so do check them out. They opened their Black Friday sale today. Let's see, what's next? We have Novel Keys, novelkeys.com. Novelkeys.com, you can go and check out their Black Friday sale as well. They have a variety of items on sale from desk pads. They also have a mystery switch item, which basically you can get a bundle of switches, mystery switches, so you don't know what switch you'll get for a very decreased price. You can check those out. I'm not sure. I don't think that the promo code BOLT will can be stacked on top of any discounts available at the store. I haven't tried, but if you try and it doesn't work, then it means you cannot stack coupons essentially. But yeah, for any regular in-stock item though, you can use the promo code BOLT to get 5% off any normal priced items. As far as group buys, I don't remember what they have Novel Keys right now. They have the SA X-Wing set, and they also have some in-stock items actually. There's an in-stock item that I've been eyeing this whole time, is GMK Hammerhead. They have it in the light base and the dark base. They have the child kit still left over. I think there's no Euro kit though. There's some SA Jadeite and JDK Zen as well. I believe they ran out of GMK Mecha 01, unfortunately. So no more of that. You can also find the Seigaiha keyboard kit by Yankar actually. So Yankar is also the person who developed the Gingham, the through-hole 60% kit. Oh wait, 60%? 65? I'm getting confused here. I think it was 60. Yeah, 60%. And then actually this PCB was designed by Mr. Yankar as well. So Yankar also done like the NK65 PCB and among others. So has done a very wide catalog of PCB work. So yeah, do check out some of the projects out there by Mr. Yankar. But yeah, a lot of them will be featured on Novel Keys. No, the Duck Bundle is also sold out now. So if you snooze, you lose, unfortunately. Alright, next up, there is Omnitype, omnitype.com/lightning. There is also a Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. Over there on Omnitype, the special case here is that if you purchase $50 or more, you can get a free mystery item, and the free mystery item will basically be anything from $15 to $185 chosen at random by Omnitype. So basically you could get some extra keyboard bag, let's say, or you might get an extra, GMK set or an SA set, like keycap sets basically. So you can get something at random. If you were interested in the Keep Town poster by Mr. Crash Draws, it was commissioned by My Keyboard EU for with the artist Crash. They also do some art for other artisans. but you know, they're also involved in the community, and they've been into keyboards now. They did a very wonderful poster that features a lot of different community members. The Keep Town poster that's available on OmniType as well. They are the current North American proxy for it. So if you were looking for the poster, instead of buying it in the EU, you can purchase it in North America as well for $20 US, I believe. Yeah, so aside from the sales, there's GMK Dracula 2.0 still available for group buy on OmniType, so check it out. Alright, next we have Prime Keyboards, primekb.com. You can check out their sales as well. They also have a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. They have a big note at the very top of their website about fulfillment. But yeah, check out Prime KB. Prime KB also announced a new product which Mr. Alex Otos actually reviewed / built recently. It's called the Simpler 60 keyboard. It's basically a 60% keyboard kit, which features a fixed layout, 7U and step caps lock with split right shift and full backspace. It's basically a Win key 60%. Basically, it comes with everything that you might need for it. Like, you know, has like phone between things, and like the PCB, and like, you know, the plate and all that good stuff. But basically, the Simpler 60 will retail at $170, $169 on Prime KB, and I actually have not checked out Mr. Alex's stream on it, but I do know that he was building it the other day. But yeah, check out his content, and of course check out primekb.com for more information on the Simpler 60. Pretty cool to see price accessible kits like these that are kind of like all-inclusive packages. Alright, so I think that covers Prime KB. Project Keyboard, I don't think I have any news. There are still some pre-orders still available, like Astralight and Ping Surround 2 and Dolchar 5, which you can check out on projectkeyboard.com. I think GMK Stealth is also available for pre-order. But yeah, I think that's all I have for updates from Project Keyboard for now. Next we have Salvin. Salvin right now has couple of, I think he has a one pre-order desk pad, the Soul desk pad, I believe, and then excuse me, has of course has some apparel like socks and t-shirts still available, a few switches from Ash Keeps, the Amethyst and the Auralites. I believe the reds and navies might still be available if you're in the EU and want to order some of those. And he also has Durock stabs. Oh, and more importantly, some Wilbatech graphite PCBs have been stocked on Salvin's website. They might be out of stock now. A lot of people did order them for the compatible keyboards, such as like a lot of the key cults and whatnot. But Hot Sauce 65% graphite edition was added there, so yeah. Anyhow, that's from Salvin. It's a pretty interesting simple board, honestly. Yeah, no, I looked at the general specs. I saw some of the posts by Prime KB, and I was like, whoa, that actually has like everything that you need for it, and you have a lot of flexibility to do whatever you want with it, which is great. I also think that the fixed layout that they chose is so good. It's like the enthusiast layout, 7U, split right shift. I mean, sure, like split backspace or full backspace is always a contentious thing, but if you had to choose one, like sure, full backspace I think applies to more people than not. But I mean, in step caps lock, like I love it. I love it. It's a great layout, I think, that they chose. I mean, of course I'm biased here, but yeah. But it's pretty cool to see though. It's pretty cool to see like kits like these though. Nonetheless. Okay, I might need to push that switch a little more. Anyway, and then finally we have Space Cables, spaceholdings.net if you want to check out their store. They have, of course, collaborations for keycap sets for cables. that are matched to the different keycap sets. You know, of course, like if you want a Dracula themed set, Dracula themed cable, you can get it right there. DMJ themed cable, you can get it there. Chaos Theory, etc., etc. They've done that. They've also run the Cyberboard before. Right now they have also the Soul Deskpad pre-order. Pretty cool deskpad, kind of like space slash like sun themed deskpad. Very intricate design, very cool. They also have GMK Hoodie and GMK Re-Legendables Plus currently available for group buy. I believe all in-stock items on their Black Friday sale is 50% off. So you can get 50% off on lube stations, on lube, including like BDZ and whatnot, and some of their deskpad items. So they do have a Black Friday sale as well. So check it out. Alright, let's test this PCB now. What mat am I using right now? I am using, this is the OWO RGB desk mat. I believe it was run by a Canadian vendor named Malvic Studio, I think that was the name. But yeah, I got it from a Canadian vendor, if I recall. Still need to buy hoodie. Hoodie is pretty nice. I'm kind of torn on it. I am kind of torn on it myself. Sour makes nice sets, yeah, so very, very unique. I actually don't remember, does Hootie have any... Hootie has custom colors, right? I think, is this his first custom color set? But anyway, very cool to see lots of Sour sets. They're very nice. Designer of GMK Pono, GMK Dandy, GMK Wasabi, among other things. An EPVT set that had Arabic on it, EPVT Duo, I think it was called. Yeah, no, he does very cool work. Alright, so this seems to be working fine. The light gray is custom, got it. The pink is not? The pink is not custom? The pink is a this soft pink. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so this works, which is fantastic. Alright, let's get this into the case now. So, first things first, let me read this note again. JST is a little long. Heat shrink will have to be cut size to fit the JST rail. Okay. Oh, it's just a heat shrink? Okay. So just need to make sure this fits here. So, okay, I can actually push this a little further out. And then just need to make sure that the heat shrink, okay, so up to here maybe. And then just need to be careful about this. Okay. What are the differences in Cherry Mix Blacks for X Vintage Blacks, Hyperglides, and regular? Yeah, you could say that the condition vary. People say that the Vintage Blacks were like people commend Vintage Blacks due to the smoothness due to use. But I would say that it just varies pretty much. It just depends on whether it has been used or not. Yeah, so it kind of varies, I would say. I would say like that's the alleged report from people, but IMO, like if you are going to purchase MX Blacks, I think just it's kind of a lottery, to be honest with you. You kind of have to try it to know for sure. Like Vintage Blacks can be bad, Hyperglides can be sometimes like, you know, like they're purportedly smoother, but sometimes you just get a batch that's not right, and it just happens. Like Cherry is a bit of a cherry picking process, no pun intended, or actually pun intended. Okay. Alright, now how do I cut this open? Actually, hold on. Does this use a C3 universal daughter board? I think I might have a shorter JST for this. Okay. Oh no! Oh my god, okay. Yikes, alright. I think I accidentally snipped a little bit of the ground cable. Let me see. Let me just double check what keyboards I have here right now. I might just pick a cable from. I just need the cable, so it's not a problem. It's not a big problem anyway. I just need a cable that's currently bare without the heat shrink. Where's my spreadsheet? Let's see. So daughter board, universal daughter board, right? Let's see what uses a daughter board for that. Should be fine. No. I accidentally snipped a little bit of the ground, so it's like unless I strip it and solder it, which I can do, but it's just a hassle right now. I would rather just go and get a new cable right now. I should not use any of those. Actually, does Wilbur use the same standard for it? Actually, don't remember. Unified daughter board. I believe Wilbur uses the same. Oh, okay, yeah. Initially envisioned by users, AO3, Wilbur, Honeybush. Okay, so basically everybody. Okay. Cool. Let me just go and double check if I have a different one right now. It's a slightly shorter one. Watch, she'll pull a bag full of JSTs. They're not in the same bag, but I do have a bunch. Give me a sec. I'm pretty sure I have a. Zach, hi, old lightning, you're an excellent dude. God loves you and has a plan for you. Thank you. Thanks, God. I think I might have a cable here. Is it this? Nope, not this one. Nope, not this one. Okay, that was the wrong box. That's the wrong box. Hey. Okay, maybe I'll just trim this one. Let's see. Just need to know the length for this. It's a bit too long, isn't it? Hold on, I'll be right back. I think I know where to find a few cables, so I'll BRB. Okay, I'm back. So I actually think I found the perfect size cable from an old H60. So if it uses the same standard as everybody else, I should be perfectly fine. And then maybe I'll just go back and repair this JST one later on in my own, because it's not too hard. Just a soldering job. But this should do. Let's see. Okay, I hear it being detected. Alright, perfect, it works. Alright, cool. Yay. Alright. And this should be the perfect length for it. Where's my screws? Okay. Oh, Ricky, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It is my fault. I should have not snipped that by accident. No one redeemed a key set? Yeah, someone redeemed one. I believe Mr. Kevin redeemed Kaiju, and someone redeemed Hander Bite for a typing test later on. Alright, cool. I think we're good. Look at that. Look at this perfect length cable. just perfect. Just barely perfect. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright. Pog. Alright, so line it up in the middle. And then we put the case on. Let's start with the corners. I arrived late? No, you're not too late yet. Friendly reminder refund points? Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I got you. I normally redeem after it's done, so I also refund at the same time. So. Okay. Okay, that should do it. All right. There we go. Let's just make sure it works. Perfect. All right, I hear the sounds. All right. So let's get to this. So we should start with GMK Kaiju, right? Also, Qualing, thank you for the hydrate. And this color will not be part of the sale? Wait, I thought this color... Isn't this color part of the sale? I'll double check with you. I'll double check for you. I see some green, yeah. I see some red, I see some green, and I see some black, I think. Yeah, they're part of the sale. There is black, red, and green. So this is part of the sale. And they're basically produced and they're doing QC right now, I believe. Alright, so I went ahead and found Kaiju earlier when I went to go look for the GST. So let's try out Kaiju. It should look pretty good on this. Yeah, this green fits perfectly, I think. Look at that. It's like the lighting is not great, but think about accents later. GMK Gatorade. Yeah, I think a lot of people said that when it first came out, right? I think it's a pretty cool set though. It definitely is on the brighter side, but I think it's a nice set. I think it's like one of the sets with green that actually kind of pretty unique. I think I like it. Okay, let's think about accents later. What playlist is on the background? Oh, so the playlist on the background is from Game Chops. So if you look up the different work that has been collab work with Game Chops, they have a list of playlists. They also have them on Spotify. You can find them on their website as well. But yeah, they have a different list of they have different albums, and you can check out a lot of their work there, and there's a lot of music, game music, like remixes and whatnot. So that's probably why you'll recognize the Persona music, for example, among others. Pokemon, Metroid, Zelda, you know, a lot of Nintendo titles and whatnot. Oh, got this one wrong. Neflock Noise said that he ran it with drop. He probably doesn't even have property for the set. I mean, he probably knows what he's doing, as in like he probably signed a contract with them, which means that he probably knows that what he's doing, you know? Oh, I think that's the wrong profile. So I think it's, I wouldn't assume just yet. Game Chops. Game Chops. I had two page ups here. I don't think that's the right one though. Okay, let's put the arrow here just in case we need it. Actually, is this the right profile for this one? Oh, I think I got the profile wrong. Okay. So this one is out here. So many page downs. Okay, page down, page up. Alright, so we gotta choose accents and novelties. So we have enter accents. And there's also novelties for this set, which is kind of very novelty heavy set. So And then I'm gonna get some artisans too. So, right, and then we have this. Well, actually, well, so the corners are probably gonna be artisans, but the rest, let's see. Enters, arrows, yeah. Okay. So we have a variety of accent keys. Okay, so I guess the 1.5s are here. 1.5. Okay, I don't need any of the space bars. Okay, and because there's like these that are relevant. Ah. Okay. These. Well, I think the R ones don't matter today because of the way I have this up right now. So basically, these are not relevant. Orange enter. Yeah, I think orange enter would be nice. So I think if it's orange enter, then the arrows have to be green IMO. And if it's accent arrows, and you want to go green enter, so it's not too much orange at once. Do whatever, but no diving board, please. Alright, so accent enter, which means normal arrows. I guess that's pretty much it. I guess just the accent enter is kind of nice. Escape plus... Okay, so I guess I'll try to get an orange keycap for this part, right? Alright, cool. We'll go with that. What orange artisans you got? Hold up. I'll go get him. So see, this is... I actually was talking to a few people in some server about sorting keycaps. And people were like, oh, how do you sort your keycaps? I'm like, well, for any of the recent GMK sets, I will sort them using Ziploc bags like these, right? Like, you know, just regular bags. I normally try to split my numpad separate and quote-unquote useless keys, or keys that I will never use. So like alternate stuff like ISO, or like you know, regular control, or like, you know, like random stuff I don't use, I put it here, like mod pipe or mod tilde. So in the separate bag, just so I basically never have to sort through these over and over each time I have to get the set out. So I just put them separately. You know that the trace for my peach blossom, it had silverfish. Oh my god, so it's real. So you actually had silverfish. Oh, that's scary. That is actually legitimately scary. Legitimately scary. The myth is true indeed. Oh yeah, that's a yikes. Okay, so orange artisans. Ooh, I have one orange artisan here. This is kind of nice. Actually, this kind of fits the aesthetic of the orange. It's a Leafy from Miss Omniclectic Booper. Ooh, I forgot that I have a Kaiju themed artisan right here. The lightning bolt. This is actually Kaiju themed. It was matched for Kaiju. Or we can try the little watermelon keycap, which I think looks cute as well. Or even the Popsy over here looks pretty nice. So I think either this one, this one. I think I'm gonna skip the bongo today. Because I'm already kind of expecting to put bongos up. Yeah, I don't see anything else that would be a good fit here. I think Blesk? I think the Blesk would be nice. Yeah. Look how perfectly matched that is. Oh my goodness. Mr. Dollar Tacos, you slayed it. You killed it, my friend. Absolutely killed it. What about the Pepe? The Pepe is really nice, right? I think it's great. I think I'll probably put it on. I think the Pepe would be nice as like an F13 or like an Escape. There is no Escape. Feels bad, man. Can I get a close up, please? Yeah, sure. It's by Mr. Suited Up Keycaps. It would be nice to have two though. Oh, the sheep artisans are nice too. Oh, come on. It's so good. It's lovely. It's actually like I've been wanting a feels bad key from Suited Up for so long. It's great though. Love it. Love it. All right. So here we have it. Very feels bad. Yeah. You know what's kind of cool about my logo? It's invertible. Also, people always say it's the same logo as, what's his name? F1 guy. His name is not Chuck Norris, but it's like Chuck Norris. Lando. Lando. That's right. People pointed out after the logo was already done, and I was like, dude, I didn't know. Too late. It was coincidental. Alright, very nice. Kind of, but not really. Yeah, it's not the same if you look closely though. Alright, let's pause the music for a sec. And let me get the volume here so I can hear it. Wait a sec, what? Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. I never expected F1 on this stream. I actually have some friends who are super intense with F1 and cars. I don't know anything about it, but they do. I kind of let them do their thing. They're always talking about Forza and cars and F1 and yeah, all that stuff. New personal best this test, dude. Very ambitious. It would be fun, but I'm not sure if that'll happen. Oh yeah, let me turn off this fan. Oh, that's the opposite of turning off. There we go. Alright, so today we have MX Browns and an aluminum plate on this Emery65 unit. Gotta do push-ups before... Oh, that's a pause moment for sure. I'm just gonna do them right now without changing the scene. Doping before the test. Gotta pump it up. Alright. I was like, hey mom, wave. I know. Mom, I'm on TV. Alright, so we have a MX Browns and an aluminum plate on this Emery65. Emery65 is a board produced in Indonesia. It has an aluminum seamless top with nice rounded corners, and PCB by Yankar, and a bottom that's all made out of brass. The brass bottom has been, machined and brushed to the bottom, and it's a gasket mount. Has 6 tabs, 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, and yeah, I think that's all I have. It'll be an in-stock sale. I believe Mr. Ricky might announce more details on the Discord / Geekcap threads. but it should be an in-stock sale, I think this December. So I think that's all I have. All right, let's go. Keycaps are GMK Kaiju. All right. I forgot that I don't have split backspace. I got used to HKB. Let's try again. Alrighty. Brown's really goated. Browns are nice for sure. I'm gonna try it again. Can really hear the brass. Yeah, you can definitely hear it. It's definitely a bit hollow, doesn't it? Let's see. I'm gonna try it one more time though. Definitely would like to hear it myself without the earphones. So let me see. I'm wondering if it's a little over tightened though. You're a typing deity? No. Alright. No PV, still buzzing. Alright, let's give it a shot. And I actually do want to try to slightly unscrew the case and try it again because I think it's a little over tightened. Alright. Ooh, 131. That's actually fast. Pretty decently fast, but definitely need some work to get to my PV again. Didn't say outright God. Hinduism has hundreds. True. I know you said deity, but okay. So sounds pretty good. But let's hear the mods first, and then I'm gonna try slightly loosening up the screws because I think I over tightened them a little bit. All right. That's what the mods sound like. What do you guys think? The alphas do sound nice, I agree, and the mods actually sound okay too. I do think at the the arrow portion here is a little hollowy. Definitely can hear a bit of the brass. And maybe in some portions of the R2 over here, maybe the R1, you might hear a little bit of the hollowness of the brass of the case. There is a bit of space, but I do think slightly loosening this might help. Maybe just the first resistance here, like just barely tightened, so that it doesn't over compress. Because I do know that if you over compress, it might cause a bit of pain. But you don't want to loosen too much either, because otherwise you're gonna have things shake around. But yeah, overall it's actually pretty surprisingly nice for all brass bottom. I actually did not expect it to like sound a certain way, but I definitely thought, oh well, there's a lot of metal in there and it's pretty heavy and all, and I thought, well, it might just sound like a tin can sort of, you know what I mean? Having a board with this hollowness has its place. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that it could be like, you know, I don't know. Everyone has preferences for that, but anyway. But let me see if it changes at all. Kind of sounds similar though. If I hadn't choked there, would I have? Nah, I was still 135. Okay, still faster. 134. This is actually really good. I haven't hit this kind of PR in a long time. I mean, this kind of record in a while. Raw 138 though. I could probably beat my PR at some point. It's pretty nice. But yeah, that's what it sounds like. For those of y'all been curious. And again, mods. I actually have a real question for once. I literally need to get 7 sets of stabs. Do you have any sets you've been a fan of lately? I mean, I use Durock stabs most of the time, or Cherry clip-ins. Pretty much those two. But people are saying really good stuff about TX stabs that are apparently going to come up soon on Mikibo. So you could get your keep your eyes peeled on those, Mr. Goat. Also, welcome, Mr. Goat. How are you? All right, so that's what the board sounds like. And I would like to do hander bite, but I'm actually feeling lazier now, so I might refund y'all's points. Let's see. I'll claim those. I'll claim your push-ups. Return your points, Marksy. And coffee bun is fun. I'm torn. Do we really want hander bite though? Can you show bottom again, please? Oh yeah, of course. So here is actually, oops. Did I stop the music by accident? Yeah, I did. Alright, so here is the case, what it looks like up close. I'll get rid of the chat for a second, just so you can see it up close. But yeah, this is the top, kind of rounded. And around the corners, the anodizing is really nice, actually. No real flaws. There's like these little dots over here, but I think they're just, I don't know, dirt or something. And then here's the side of the case. Keycaps look pretty nice into the case, like, you know, no gap in between or anything like that. And there's a logo. And there's a USB port, dead center. I like the USB port cutout, and it's like, you know, parallel to this, so it's pretty nice. And here's the bottom, which is a little bit fingerprint heavy now because I've been touching it. Okay, that's better. But yeah, this is the bottom. It's a brushed brass bottom. Has the engraving for the RMEStudio logo. And long rubber legs, rubber feet rather, bump-ons. Just attached by 8 screws. Pretty reflective, pretty shiny, but it's all brass, as you can see. Yeah. It is a nice green though, piece pixel. And here's again the side. Different, slightly different profile. Yep, there you go. Yeah, overall, I think it's nice. I personally have to say I'm not like huge into rounded corners like this on boards, like in general. Like I am not like as huge into the aesthetic. I think some people really do like rounded corners, some people don't. I think it kind of comes with, like, it's like a matter of preference for sure. Like some people just kind of grow an affinity for it after some time. I personally don't really have a strong affinity for it. But overall, like, I see no issues with the board itself. Like, there's no issues as far as the machining, the fitment, that kind of stuff. Didn't really have an issue. The GST thing that we were struggling with a little bit earlier is actually a thing that will be pretty much completely fixed in production because it'll provide the correct length of the GST connector and all that. You know, no big deal. You know, short, nice daughterboard cable goes from here to here where the PCB is. But yeah, like other than that, like it's, I think, you know, could always end up rebuilding this board with a different plate or a different configuration. If you find it to be a little bit too hollow, for example, because of the brass or because, you know, just the way it is, you could always put a little thin sheet of like Poron or like a shelf liner or anything like that can help. Like if you want to just fill the space a little. Actually, polyfill is also not a bad idea. Polyfill. So anyway, so that's kind of like the general overview of the board. Like I have no issues with it. I do think that like having seamless is pretty nice. You know, you don't have to worry about you know, mismatch for ano, you know, for two separate pieces or anything like that. And also, of course, it covers the brass, so the brass stays just at the bottom. It's super heavy, as we saw earlier. It's basically, oh, actually, I didn't weigh it after the build, but before the build, it was 2.5 kilograms. Oh, one drunk man, sounds good. Have a good night. And now after the build, I think this is probably gonna be like 3 kilograms. So 6 pounds and 6 ounces, which is 2.9 kilograms, so almost 3 kilograms. So pretty heavy. This is probably as heavy as like TKLs and whatnot out there. So this brass chunk at the bottom is like pretty heavy. So if you want a heavy board sitting on your desk, the Emery65 is for you. Definitely a chonker as far as weight. But as far as the board itself goes, it's pretty standard. And I actually think that, like, you know, front height is not too bad. It's actually not very high. I think the typing angle is don't know, what is this, like 6 or 7 degrees? Not even 7, maybe 6. I think it might be 6. But anyway, not very steep either. So this, and the board actually might sound different with different switches. So I think that's another thing to consider. But overall, it sounds fine, especially at like regular typing distance. I think the mic captures a lot more of the hollowness than it should. From where I am sitting right now, though, I don't really hear so much of it. But yeah. And then, you know, it is a brass bottom, so I think, you know, if you're into it, so if you're into brass, you could get it. You could, I mean, it is clear coated, but you could always do like patina treatment like Mr. Knee would normally do. So that's it's a good candidate for that too. I just tried loosening a bit on the screws on my boot and the hollowness disappeared. POG champion. I could do the same. Let me do that actually. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's actually... Okay, listen to this now. Check this out. Check this out. It's gonna be a different keyword, I think. Check this out. Let's see. Oh wait, wrong window. All right. One more time. Now with slightly untightened screws. There it is. Isn't it different? It's so different, right? So I actually think it's like, maybe it's the brass. You know how like brass, like wind instruments, like the brass, like you know, it depends on how like you tighten things to tune or like to make certain sounds like that. Rewind the VOD. Oh, you can go to my videos section. So you click on the videos tab and then you click on the stream, but you can go back. Anyway. But yeah, isn't it so different? Now let's take a look at the mods actually. This way now. Oh yeah, and with regards to softness, I would say that right now it's a full alu plate, so it's not like super soft, but it's definitely like, you can definitely feel that it's isolated from the gasket compression. But I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, the plate's sinking in too much. But it definitely is soft enough that the typing feel is comfortable. Yeah, I think it sounds better this way. So yeah, so it's a good note to take. Like if you have, you know, thick brass bottoms like these, and you have gasket compression, maybe you don't want to over compress the gaskets, and also you don't want to over tighten your screws. So I just tightened to the point where I felt resistance and then stopped right away. So yeah, I think this is more representative of what the keyboard should sound like. Need to find me some smooth browns. I got these from Swag Keys in Korea actually. So yeah, but I did have to pay for shipping, so not super cheap. But the ones that I got from there were pretty good, decent. So these are from there. I got these like a couple months ago, but yeah, or several months ago. Yeah. Do you break them in? No, I did not. I can't bother do the whole breaking thing because I don't have the patience and I don't have a machine for it. So yeah. How are the KLC springs? They're pretty good actually. They're consistent. Like I don't feel like the weight's off. No, I like it. I think the springs are pretty nice. Yeah, no, I do like this. These they're 66 grams, so a tad heavier than the TX ones. You can definitely like, you know, it is slightly tad heavier. I'm actually not sure how like close they compare numerically, right? But I mean, if you trust what they say, the 66 grams should be just barely the same, almost the same as a 65 gram, like TX, let's say. But yeah, no, these do feel nice. They're actually like, I don't hear any spring crunch or anything like that, so it's a good thing. Yeah, so they're pretty consistent at least. Yeah, they're like stainless steel springs, so they're like silver colored when you get the bag. And oh yeah, so in case y'all didn't know, these have right now I'm using these the KLC switch dampeners. Basically are the TX film version of this from KLC, which I did review one time, but didn't take a close look. But you can barely see them actually. They're like, well, you see like a hint of yellow there, like in between. That's the switch dampeners, basically like the film. They're like 68 durometer wise, the measurement. But yeah, they're like just the right size of the housing, so you can barely see it, right? But you can see like a tint of yellow there. That's the film. That's a switch dampener from KLC. They're the samples that I got when I did my sellathon. I finally put them into some switches. But yeah, they basically work the same way as TX films, or like, you know, I guess Desky's films are probably a better comparison. They work the same way, so they do compress. They are like silicone sort of, and then they fit. Like the fitment is pretty much right on the specific dimensions of the cherry switch housing, so it's pretty nice. I did not use the bottom ones. Apparently, like they're like ones that you can put underneath, like between the plate and the switch. I did not use those because I actually didn't like that they're like slightly bigger, so they kind of look like little tutus on the switches, and it would show between the keycaps. So I didn't like that idea, so I just used the middle ones. Yeah. What do you say these films were called? These are the KLC switch dampeners, is what they call it. Basically, they're going to be like these little, like basically they're going to be these little silicone-made switch films, sort of. Let me see if I have some here, right here. Thought I had some. put them? Yo, Gerald Juby, hello. Yeah, here they are. So they look like this. Yeah, they look like that. Also. Yeah, so they look like this. They basically fit in between the two housings. They're not very thick. They're very thin. They're like rubber. But yeah, they basically work the same way as desk keys films or TX films. Same kind of replacement for them. But they will apparently come in different ratings. So you'll be able to use different numbers for that. But yeah, not a product that's yet out, but they're planning on releasing these soon. Partners, yes. Sorry. It's late and I'm losing my grasp on diction. But yeah, they'll come in different hardnesses, and there's also... Do I have the other ones here? I don't have the other ones here, I think. Yeah. These are just regular TX films. They're available? Oh, they're available. Okay, nice. So I guess they are already available. Yeah, back when they sent the samples, they were not yet available, so. Anyway. Alright. I think that should do it for tonight's stream. Any questions? Oh yeah, I think that after untightening the screws, it sounds way nicer. Yeah, this is good. How's the typing experience? Comfortable. Pretty solid, in my opinion. I would say, like, I think if I tried the polycarb plate, it might be much more noticeably softer. But I'm using the alu plate, so it's like right in the middle. It's soft enough, like it feels nice. Like bottoming out on it doesn't feel too harsh to me. Good night, Nightwalker. Thank you so much for stopping by, buddy. Thanks for the support as always. Yeah, but yeah, so I think the regular kit includes aluminum. You can purchase polycarb plates separately as well. But yeah, it's a gasket mount, so it has 6 gasket strips, 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. And I think you'll be able to get other plates as well. Yeah, I think maybe like trying like FR4 would be kind of interesting on this. FR4 or yeah, like polycarb could try that. Or maybe like ultra high molecular weight polyethylene PE would be kind of interesting, like other plastics too. Carbon fiber maybe could be interesting, very clacky probably. Yeah, dude, Norva released a PC version of the heavy grill. I know. Oh, so I actually was maybe gonna mention that today, so I did see that. You're talking about this, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so you're talking about this, right? Oh, yeah, no, this looks really nice. It's kind of ironic, right? It's like the whole point of the heavy grill was to make a heavy case for the HHKV, and we're currently swooning over a plastic case. You know what I mean? You're going from a plastic case to another plastic case that's only casually $650 plus shipping and probably tax, I don't know. But yeah, it looks nice. This is the black plate, I think, and then there is, oh, look at this clear frosted, the clear frosted plate. Look at this. Oh, the way the internals look, god damn, so nice. This is the white plate, so this has a white plate, so that's why you see the white borders here. But you can still see the PCB, the green PCB below it, which is so cool. Black. Yeah, so this is frosted. No, wait. Yeah, this is frosted. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, that looks really good. But yeah, it's $650, guys. This is the main reason I did not purchase a heavy grill. It's that it's 650 US. Which, you know, it's great and all, but it's a lot of moolah. And here, as it says, this is a limited pre-order, so you can order this now and it'll ship around February of next year. So actually pretty soon, they're already being produced. Oh, manufacturing of the housing is complete, so they're just waiting on boxes and hardware. Oh, look, they're just waiting on boxes, so the cases are already done. So at some point, they'll actually run out of these. And this is the last sale of the heavy grill. The last sale. Yeah. So this is the very last edition of the heavy grill, apparently. So, yep, that's what it is. But yeah, once again, I want to thank Mr. Ricky from RMEStudio. If you guys haven't seen the interest check, here is the Emery65 interest check page. You can do exclamation build and you can find the interest check link. But basically, this is the board. It is the same board that we just built. Comes in black, red, and green. You'll be able to purchase an in-stock unit. So it's gonna be 60663 aluminum with a brass bottom, seamless on the side. 2.2 kilograms unbuilt. I think mine was 2.5 essentially, so quite heavy. 18 millimeter front height. Oh, it's a 5-degree angle. Okay, it's pretty low. I see. Yeah. So so they're clear coated brass bottoms. They come in green. They come in red, and in black. Actually, black and brass looks fantastic. Black and brass, yummy. Black and brass, pretty yummy. Oh, what's this set? I think it's a JDK set, right? Yeah. I think this is JDK. Yeah, JDK Suited Assassin or John Wick. Yeah, that's the one. But anyway, yeah. PCB by Mr. Ian Carr. Here's the plate that we saw today. And okay, so here's the price. Oh, they have pricing now. Okay, format and pricing in stock, 100 units, $539. Ooh, okay, so a bit pricey, on the pricier side for sure. I mean, that said, prices for keyboards are going up these days. 539 A stock, 489 B stock, 2 batches. First in stock sales batch in December. So it's in stock though. So that's kind of that's a nice part though. You're getting the board shipped as, like, you know, the week after you pay. So that's kind of nice in my opinion. So at least you're not waiting, right? No pre-orders. But yeah, everything, prices for everything is very high right now. I mean, machining brass is also not trivial, so that obviously is adding to the price. And then there's gonna be 2 batches, one in December and then one sometime later. And there's in-stock sale on their website, and then they'll invoice winners using. Ooh, Ricky, if you're here, bad idea. Just saying, don't invoice using PayPal. You're gonna get blocked. Your funds are gonna get frozen, my friend. Don't do PayPal. PayPal's evil, even if it's in stock. If they see a large amount of money coming to your account, they might freeze it for a little bit. Anyway, just something to consider. Seen too many runners get screwed over with PayPal. Not to mention fees are also bad. Some typing tests. I guess my video maybe go up here at some point. Oh, it looks like LolStacks is also building one. Fatboy Chart, YO Keys. I think they've seen them build before. McMarlin also, I think, unboxed this recently. But yeah, and there's a form here, I guess, an IC form you can check out. Is there any better alternative? I mean, most vendors will use just Shopify, like you know, Stripe and that kind of stuff. PayPal still has all the money from Matrix ME. Oh boy. Yeah, no. Yeah, Stripe is pretty easy. Yeah, Shopify, Stripe, you know, same thing. Same, but different. You know, same name. I mean, different name, but pretty much the same thing. Also, I'm gonna refund Coffee Bun is Fun, who did Hander Bite earlier. Because I'm not gonna do it anymore. Alright. So... my friend's account got frozen from selling a keyboard to Australia. RIP. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, PayPal checks are random, so that's why. Yeah. He has to wait for 2 weeks for 700 Australian dollars. Damn. Ripperino. Yeah, no, it's a hassle. Like they freeze it, and then you have to wait basically until they're quote unquote done. Takes a while. All right. Oh, I have a sanitizing wipe here. I'm just gonna wash my hands afterwards anyway. It's okay. All right, friends. Any last minute things? Questions, concerns, complaints, suggestions? I do have some cool stuff. Well, actually, I do have some typing test videos coming up on YouTube soon, so please check them out. Like, comment, subscribe. But that said, I put the barrel one up today, and there's a couple of builds that I did off stream that I will also be putting up. I took photos for one very interesting board. Well, actually, unique board in the sense that it was like a one-off kind of thing. And had to do it off stream though, but it was fun to build. Need a keyboard pal? Yeah, you know you're my pal, buddy. Yo, Nachos, 7 months, thank you. Wait, why did the message just throw out right now? I forgot to pay another 6? Oh, I see. Resub for 6 months. Damn, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Wow, I actually didn't know that you were buying in bulk. Thank you though. Don't forget to fill out your sticker form every so often, every 3 months, I guess. Built a board with the GATX and they're pretty good. You should check them out. I definitely will. They are higher pitch compared to OG Tangies. Wait, higher pitch compared to OG Tangies. That's pretty high pitch, right? Tangies are kind of high pitched. So, aren't OP Blacks kind of high pitched too? Because they're like polished stems, the same kind. I know that OP Blacks are also like that. Oh, OGs and Gateron Tangies. Oh, okay. Got it. That's fine then. I think that's okay. That's not a big deal then. I think I can tolerate that much. Do you think Desky's films could work? Some people say like Desky's films kind of like dampen a little bit of that like high pitched like noise. So do you think maybe that could do? They might be too thick though. Gateron housings are already pretty tight. Yeah. Cadex is a shy switch compared to OP Black. I see. Oh, I see. I have both of them with Deskies. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. That was Monster. All right. I might try. Just relatively. Okay. Good to know. Paying bulk because I use debit and paying month to month to paying the. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean now. Well, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna see who to raid now. If there's any other people who are live right now. I'm sure some of our fellow Californian folks might be live right now. We have Patty, who's currently doing some mill maxing tonight. I see her live. She's been streaming for a little while now. 4 hours almost. There's the Voodoo Bear. Someone that I don't know, but they are doing some chores, it looks like, unboxing, desoldering, relaxing. I see someone building an Obliterated 75, some newer streamer, I believe, named Sloth. I've not seen them before. And that's it, keyword-wise, I think. Alright, let's go raid Sloth. Why not? They're building an Obliterated 75, and I don't know what they're up to right now. Are they playing marbles? Okay. But why not? Let's raid someone new. Sloth. Alright, friends. Now go raid. Lightning raid. I don't have much today. What do you guys want to say? I don't know where they're located, so I don't know if they celebrate Thanksgiving. So I just say lightning raid today. Just something simple. Whatever. Whatever, like Miyago raid. Alright. Well, anyway, thank you so much for coming by tonight, guys. I do have more builds coming. I have actually like a list of builds that you probably see in the Discord. But yeah, join my socials, guys. Check out my socials: YouTube, Instagram, Discord. If you want to join, I'm on Twitter too, but I don't really tweet much. But I am there too. But anyway, that's all I got. I'll see you guys soon. I will be building a Mode 80, the new one that Alex and others have built, I believe. But I will be building a Mode 80 at some point very soon. Other than that, I do have an Orion B 2.5 to build and some other boards. So I'll catch you guys later. Alright, have a good weekend, everybody. Deuces.